Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you have an amazing day. And sorry I haven't put any video recently, but I was with the family, enjoy back home for a while, but now I'm back. We're gonna start to new fresh video. So today we're gonna give you some tips regarding when you are doing your pizza. Okay, so first of all, so many mistakes with the people does before you baking your pizza. If your dough is refrigerated, leave outside up to 1-2 hours. Otherwise, the dough is cold and then it's gonna bubbling and it's not gonna be tasty. So depend of the weather of your country. So take your dough outside, leave it for an hour or two, and then you can start to bake it. Right. It's not a more common mistake. As you can see here, if you come to the camera here, those pizza dough are 24-hour rest. This one is called 3 hours. So obviously people say, well, my pizza shrinks and bake, so you cannot really bake when the pizza is so small like that. First of all, it's not tasted, it's not ready. Also when you're stretching, you can see it's gonna be hard, it's gonna strings. As you can see, the strings. It's get back, you see, strings. So you need to give a rest. When you see your dough touching together, that's a good sign your pizza is nearly ready. So those one 24-hour room temperature. If you want to keep in the fridge, keep outside before you bake it. You know that you can see these ones, they're ready to bake it. And so this one, don't bake your pizza until they are double it. Otherwise, it strings, and that's not gonna be good. So another common problem as well, when you're stretching your pizzas, we take our 24-hour pizzas here. People keep asking me why they get thin at the middle. So the reason why your pizza get too thin at the middle, your stretching is wrong. So you need to control always on the side, and when you're stretching, you always keep fingertips close to the cross. So if your palm they're not straight, that's you're gonna create, if you do it the wrong way like that, so that's gonna make very thin. So it's gonna be very thick here and very thin here. You can see very thin. So you got risk to broken when you scoop it or when you put in the oven. So very important, control with the fingertips. Another common mistake I can see when people, you need to remove that flour from your pizza dough before put any toppings, because I saw someone doing the pizza with a lot of flour on it. So you're gonna eat raw flour, raw semolina. Your pizza is gonna be bitter, horrible. Okay, one more common mistake, stretching your pizza and then just do that with a lot of flour. So you cannot put a topping on with a lot of flour under your pizza. So you need to clean the table, clean your pizza dough, and now you can put your toppings. Okay? Another common mistake where I see that as well, you need to, before baking any pizza or wood fire oven or electric or gas, you need to clean your oven with a brush. Don't put a pizza when your oven is dirty, because if you got things like that, and don't clean it properly, you're gonna put your pizza piece of wood, piece of burning mozzarella or something. So you need to give always good brush with a brush designed for the oven. And you also have to nice and clean all the corners, all the side of the oven. Nicely get proper brush for ovens, and then you can clean. Also, if you go very hot oven and pizza burns, then you go two ways to cool down a little bit your oven. You can drop a little bit salt for 2-3 minutes and then you brush it, or you can take a wet cloth and then with a wet cloth cover with that and put inside, or soak in the cold water your brush, and then you can clean it. Your oven's gonna drop a little bit the base temperature. And one more thing as well, when you use your pizza peel, it doesn't matter if you use gloves or if you use your hand, so you have to first wash your hand all the time and make sure sanitize your handle with your pizza peel, with your spatula, and with that. Okay, and we're gonna back in a second. We got a couple of customers. We're gonna back to you soon. Back soon. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna give you one more tips now. And we are in the market. Sometimes we've got customers, so we have to serve the customer. But I give one more tips. I got a couple of subscribers asking when the pizza become over when put in the oven, and so I'm gonna show you why. So you need to be very careful. I'm gonna stretch one more pizza. Then I'm gonna show you how to land the pizza inside the oven, because it can happen the pizza when you put inside the oven become oval because you didn't put properly. Yes, it's there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Keep a little bit spinning. So the reason why the pizza sometimes comes oval, I'll show you in a second. So we're gonna put some sauce. And also, because we are doing the pizza, one more tip I want to give you as well. If you decide to put the basil before putting pizza in the oven, always put the basil after the tomato sauce, and then you cover with mozzarella on top. Otherwise, if you put the mozzarella and the basil on top, it's gonna burn. It's gonna taste good. And also, you can put a little bit olive oil, or you can soak in the cold water as well if you want to keep it fresh. And so now I'm gonna show you why the pizzas become oval when it's going inside the oven. So first of all, the same principle when you scoop it, when you go in the oven is the same. Put halfway and put it back. So if you landing, for example, inside the oven, you just do like that. Quick. The risky pizza is gonna be like that, and that's the issue. So now, when you put in the oven, always give last. You stretch, and then when you land inside the oven, slowly flick it and down, and then so you're gonna put it inside the oven now. Always make sure it don't stuck nowhere. So it has to move in on the pizza peel. So now it's gonna go inside the oven. So when you land it, slowly you put it off. So you pull quickly like that, you got the risk to make your pizza oval. And now we're gonna cook those pizza, and then so that's the last tips I wanna give you now. So the pizza is cooking. You shouldn't touch the pizza until it start to get color on one side. If you start to touch it before, you go risk to broken your pizza. So always keep weights, always check the bottom, seems good. And now start to cooking, start to grow the pizza. I can lift it, it can start to turning like that. Okay, so the pizza is cooked nicely, it's safe. It's a round one, as you can see, you know. The base is cooking. If it's too wide the base, that means the oven is too cold. Trying to move on the side of the oven, get a little bit hot spot inside for a couple of seconds, you see, and then I put back again on the same position. Also, if you're struggling to turn inside the oven, if you know practice to turning like that inside, what you can do, you can take out of the oven, you can land here, and you can turn outside. Maybe it's easy for you, especially when you go 2-3 pizzas inside. And then you put back again, if it's not easy for you. So I want to give you much tips as possible for you. If you're at the beginning or if you are a professional, sometimes you do mistakes. So this is going to help you to improve your pizza skills. Okay, here you go. It's cooked nicely, as you can see. There you go. So the pizza is not over, so it's nice round one like we make it. There we go. If you like more crispy, give a little bit longer. I like it nice and brown in color. There you go, our pizza is ready. There you go, see, nice and puffy. And that's it, guys, that's all. A couple of tips for today. Hope it was helpful for you. Leave a comment below if you got any question, and back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year. I see you at the next video. Thank you.